Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 22 offensive tips, a video breakdown, want to take a look at how to counter the right-end manual pass rush, and this one's going to show you an example of how I would counter it if someone was to go ahead and use the right-end manual pass rush. So let's go ahead and just take a look at it as far as the offensive play that I'm going to show you how to counter it, and I'll show you a defensive play that I like to use when I do the right-end manual pass rush. So let's go ahead and get on the screen, just take a look at this, and I'll show you how this is going to work. So as far as from the defensive side of the ball, the formation, one of the formations I like is out of the nickel 3-3-5 formation, and I like the Cowboys. Obviously, a lot of you guys know I like the Cowboys. So with the Cowboys, I've got two pretty good pass rushers in Lawrence and in Gregory, and then hopefully Parsons will become another good pass rusher once they do the next roster update or the X factors. But anyway, at least I got two guys right now that I can do this with pretty consistently for the most part. There's, sometimes I might get blocked, but at any rate, as far as from the offensive side of the ball, the formation that we're going to use is from the from the Washington football team, that we're going to go ahead and use this. And the formation is going to be called the Gun Y Trips Weak. And the name of the play that we're going to go ahead and use here for that is going to be called Salam. I'll go ahead and show that play to you guys. And as far as from the defense, I already mentioned it was a nickel 3-3-5 is the defense that I'm going to use, or at least the formation. But the defense is the cover 4 drop. And I do like this defense quite a bit because you have 4 defenders playing 4 deep, and then you have 4 defenders playing coverage underneath. So with the 3-man pass rush, you've got a pretty good coverage underneath. So let's go ahead and run that one. So for you guys that don't know how to run this is just one example. Now I've shown various ways of doing this, whether it be from the right end, from the left end, from the linebackers. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check out those videos, you want to do that. I'll just show this real quick, just in case you haven't seen the video. Just go ahead and pinch the defensive line. And a lot of times from this particular play and formation, I like to slide the right end one more notch in to the right as you look at your screen. And then I'm simply going to go ahead and put them on a hard flat. So I'm going to go ahead and do this just real quick so you guys can see it for those who haven't had a chance to see it. Then I'm going to show you guys how to counter it real quick here. Now, right there, obviously, I just got blocked. And like I said, on occasion, I'll get blocked, just throwing the ball away. But that does happen. And it's just part of the deal, man. Because that's why I said this is not automatic, but most of the time it's pretty good. Now, keep in mind, I am trying to use 2 controllers doing this. And let's just go ahead and slide them in one more time here. And then you just go around them like that, and you go right to the quarterback. So that's pretty much how that works. And it's pretty consistent. Like I said, on occasion, you might slip up and not get the pressure. Now, with that said, what I want to show you is how to counter that. And let's go back into the Salam play that I'm going to show. Play obviously has all 5 receivers going out, including the running back and the tight end. Now, what you can do, and I'm going to try to do this, guys. Now, keep this in mind. I'm going to be doing this with 2 controllers, and I'm trying to do this all at the same time as far as controlling both sides of the ball, because I've got to snap this ball at the right time for this to work. So I'm going to try to do that, plus do the pass rush. So first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and set up this defense real quick. I'm going to move this guy to the inside, then go ahead and hot route him on a hard flat. So that's going to be the right end. So he's out of the picture as far as right now. Now, what I need to do is I need to go ahead and hot route this tight end to pass block. Now, the key to this, with this particular way I'm going to show how to go ahead and counter this, is to go ahead and put him in motion. And right when he gets past the left tackle, you want to snap it. And then he's going to end up blocking somewhere in this area here. He's actually going to go kind of a little bit further out than even that. But he's going to be in position where he's going to force the right end, the one I'm in control of, to have to go wider. So what I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit on this so you guys can really see what I'm talking about here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and motion the right end. Motion the tight end. So we're going to go ahead and motion him to the left side over here, right? That's what we want to do here. Now the ball is going to be snapped somewhere right in this area here. About that area there, I'm going to try to snap the ball. And then what's going to happen is he's going to block, and he's going to kind of take an outside area. Now, as I've talked about with this, what you're trying to do with the right end is when the ball snapped, you want to allow him to go out here. Well, as you can see, if that tight end's lined up further outside, you're trying to get outside leverage. Well, now to get outside leverage, you have to go further out, even further out here to get that outside leverage. And then you can come after the quarterback. Now, if you decide to try to cut back into here, you don't have the outside leverage, and now you're going to get blocked. not only possibly by the tight end, but more than likely you're going to get blocked by the left tackle. So what this does, it puts you further out, the guy that you're in control of, the right end, it puts you further out wide, and now you're not going to get that same type of pressure that you're accustomed to, because now you got to go out wider. And as far as the offense is concerned, then the quarterback, if whoever this might be, whoever's in control of him, now he has a little more time in the pocket to wait and scan the field to find somebody open, you know, going down the field here. So that's really how this works. Now, obviously, the downside of this, as far as on the offensive side of the ball, is you can't send 5 guys out. Now, keep in mind, this is only against a 3-man pass rush. Things change and get kind of a little more dicey if you're going to go ahead and send, you know, they're sending multiple defenders in on you. Then that might be a little bit different. But this way we'll counter. It's no different in saying maybe leaving a running back in the pass block. And there's another video we can do on about that, where you can have the running back counter this as well. There's a way of doing that as well. I'm not showing the running back in this video, but another one I will. But at any rate, this is going to allow you to counter it from the offensive standpoint. So what I want to show you, I'm going to try to do this, guys. And again, I'm doing this with 2 controllers, trying to do this all at the same time. So it's not the most easiest thing to pull off here, but you guys will get the logistics of it as I run this. So again, I'm on the offensive side of the ball. I'm in control of them. I'm also on the defense, and you can see right now clearly that I'm in control of the right end right here as you look. So let's go ahead and motion this guy over. Like I said, I'm going to try to snap this at the time I want to do this. Now, you just saw what I was talking about. See how he went all the way further out wide? Now, I got to the quarterback eventually there, but if you look, if we go in instant replay, I could have threw that ball if I could have had taken control of the offensive side of the ball. And surely your opponent, if he's in control, if he would have saw what I just saw as far as from the offensive side of the ball. Okay. So look, as you look, this is what I kind of drawed up earlier. You can see that I'm in control of this end. Now I've got to go out wider, because like I said, if I cut in, if I start trying to cut back in here, I'm probably going to get blocked. More than likely, one of these offensive linemen, maybe even the left guard will slide back, maybe the left tackle will slide back. Somebody's going to slide in here, and possibly even the tight end will block me. So I've got to take out an outside release. And that's where you get this ammunition. See how that tight end tries to kind of just shove me? That's the ammunition you're looking for. As far as from the defensive side of the ball, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for this ammunition right here to happen. You're looking for that, where he tries to push, kind of give him that little push, as you see on your screen right there. But the problem is, I'm so far out, now I can come after the quarterback. And look at this. If you look down the field here, looking down that field, the quarterback's got all darn day here to throw. He's got an extra couple seconds now, and that's all it takes. And you can see clearly on your screen that this guy right here coming across on that deep cross or deep in route is open. And if I had thrown it in this area here, this would have been completed for a nice play deep down the field right there. As you can see, there's nobody even in the middle of the field. And that's with the tight end. So basically you end up countering what your opponent was trying to do on the defensive side of the ball with a manual pass rush. And like I said, guys, I apologize. I'm trying to do 2 controllers at once. Not the most easiest thing to pull off. But at any rate, that's it right there. That's how you go ahead and counter that with this. As far as that, you just simply motion that tight end over to the left side, and you're just going to have to kind of get the timing down, because each formation may have a little bit of difference here where this would work. So you may have to make adjustments to your play calling based on what your opponent's doing to counter what he's doing. And this is something else I want to point out. In the game of Madden, we have quarterbacks that are super fast. Now, we have to put an extra defender in there to try to counter him, to keep him from taking off, or we've got to put our guys in QB contain, whatever we got to do to try to prevent him from taking off and running and all that. It's no different on the defensive side of the ball. One of the things they wanted to put in the game, EA being they, wanted to put in there was making the pass rush or user control, when people take control of defenders and pass rush, make them more effective. And that's what they've done here. And so this is all based on ratings. This isn't some crazy thing on here. It's based on the finesse pass rush move that they have on the defensive side of the ball versus the finesse blocking on the offensive side of the ball as far as the pass blocking goes. And I've already mentioned this in the other video. We're talking about the chess game of Madden, where I put a tackle in there that's a little bit higher up on the finesse, whose finesse rating is higher, his finesse block rating is higher than the finesse pass rush rating is. And so there's the things here. So this is all about a chess game, guys. It's X's and O's. And, you know, you can get matchups. And that's what this is about, the same thing. So for anybody out there saying this is not calling this shady, I don't think so, because, again, there's ways of counter it. A lot of different ways to counter it, matter of fact. There's play action you can counter it with. You can counter it with a running back. You just can't send everybody out all the time. So it's no different than if they were blitzing. You'd have to leave somebody in anyways to pass block. Now, granted, you only got a 3-man pass rush, but, hey, you know, with the way the games have been over the years where the offensive side has always had the advantage, it's time to let the defense have some advantages. And that's where I'm at with this. So at any rate, if you guys are seeing this in a league or something like this and you need to find a way to counter it, you got to go into the lab and mess around with it, just like I just did here with this video breakdown. Do the same type of thing. So hopefully, guys, this will give you an idea of a way of counter it. And I'm sorry for the long rant. I just wanted to explain this to you guys a little bit, that in my opinion, this is not anything shady. It's just part of the game. And it was something that EA had a couple years ago where they wanted to give guys a chance to take control of the defensive lineman to apply pressure on the quarterback, because everybody always takes control of the linebacker or safety and controls the middle and tries to take away all the middle. Well, this is another thing. They could give you another tool to get pressure on a quarterback, and I think this is a nice thing that they've added to the game. At any rate, guys, that's it for this video breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, it's just basically countering the right end manual pass rush.